Today on the show, I have probably the cutest, no, not probably, definitely the cutest guest I've ever had on the show before. You guys, I just love them so much. Hey everybody, Anthony here. Welcome back to another steamy episode of the Single Parents Podcast. This is the podcast for anybody whose life may have turned out a little less than traditional. Before we hop into that good, a few things I'd like to ask you to do. First thing I would just ask you to consider doing is hitting that subscribe button, ringing the bell, turn on notifications so you never miss an episode in the future. It's quick, it's easy, it's free. You did it. Cool. Thank you. Next thing is maybe consider sharing the podcast with a friend, with the family member, with the neighbor, with anybody you think could benefit from being a part of this community. And then last but not least, only do this if you think the show is worthy and legit. Maybe consider rating the show 5 stars, highest rating possible on your favorite platform. That way it tells those algorithms out there that the show is legit and it passes it along to more people. All right, we have some guests to introduce. Let's get ready to get it. All right, everybody. So, like I mentioned, we have a couple of legit guests on the show today. My favorite guest of all time, and that's never going to change because the guests are my daughters, my own children. They want to introduce themselves to you here in a second. But I was just thinking, like, it would be cool to have my girls on the show because I've been yapping about them for almost 50 episodes now. But we really don't get to hear from them, from their perspective as to what it's like maybe for them to have a single parent as their father. And I don't know, they have some other questions they want to jump into, so I'll let them get into it in just a second. But if you're watching the video version of this podcast, you'll notice that they're not on camera with me. You'll hear from them here in a moment, but they're not on camera with me, mostly because, I do a lot of clipping out of this episode for posting on social media and stuff like that. And, there's a lot of creeps out there. There's a lot of weirdos and a lot of people who I just don't really want to be putting videos of my kids out to. I'll just kind of say that. So you'll get to hear from them. They're here right now, just off camera. And but they won't be on camera with me for those reasons. But without further ado, let's introduce you to them or let them. Oh, no, they're big girls. What am I talking about? They're not. I still think they're my little tiny babies who I used to change their diaper and push them in the stroller. Okay, sorry. But they're not that anymore. They're big girls, and so they can introduce themselves. So, ladies, welcome to the Single Parents Podcast. Go ahead and tell us who you are, maybe a little bit about yourself.
Hi, guys. My name's Maddox, and I like Stitch, and I do gymnastics.
Ooh, okay, we got Maddox, who's a lover of Stitch and does gymnastics. All right, who else do we have?
Hi, I'm Evaleigh, and I like to do gymnastics, and I just like Stitch, too.
You guys both love Stitch?
Yeah.
Wow. Who do you love more? Your beautiful, handsome, amazing dad or Stitch?
Dad.
Aww.
Probably Stitch.
What? Okay, I'll remember that. All right. So, well, first off, thank you for being on the podcast. I appreciate you.
Oh, welcome. You're welcome.
I know you guys are super busy with
babysitting
and gymnastics.
That's right.
You do
Don't you forget it.
You do a lot of that. I apologize in advance if there's a lot of background noise as they pass the mic back and forth. But we're just hanging, we're just vibing. So they do gymnastics. It's snowing outside. I know we're getting ready to go to lunch in a little bit, but we're doing the podcast now and it's snowy and gross outside. So we're kind of buying a little bit of time. Ladies, I appreciate you being on my show. I think for the people out there who are listening to the show, They want to just hear, first of all, maybe hear your thoughts, because I know you have some questions. I'll let you ask your questions. But maybe they want to hear your thoughts about what it's like to have a dad who is a single dad, because this is the Single Parents Podcast. So right off the bat, Maddie, well, first of all, how old are you?
I'm 8.
You're 8. Then how old's your sister?
She's 9. I'm 9.
She's 9. Okay, so we got an 8 and 9-year-old just for context. So, Maddie, for you having a single dad as a father, what is that like? Tell us about that.
Well, first I actually have a question if you had a wife.
If I had a wife?
Yeah.
If I had a wife before, or what if I had a wife now?
Right now.
If I had a wife now, what would it be like if I had a wife now?
So like, what would you do if she got sick?
Oh, good question. This is hard-hitting journalism right here. First thing I would do is I'd already know this in advance.
Would you get her something?
Yes, I would know her favorite soup maybe before she got sick, because I would try to remember all this stuff about her just in case.
Like, also, would you maybe write it down or something?
Yeah, maybe I would write down like a secret book of things to remember about my wife. So one of those things would be, what is your favorite soup, babe? And I would go and I would get her favorite soup, and then I would make the house nice and relaxing as possible so she could just rest and she could hopefully feel better.
Would you clean the house?
Yeah, so definitely clean the house, because I know I rest better when I have a nice clean house, nice tidy house. So maybe she would like that. So I would just try to make it clean, make it cozy, maybe light a candle, maybe just try to keep, if there's kids in the house, keep them quiet or entertained. Maybe we'll play a game so my wife can rest.
Would you get out board games?
Yeah, I would get some board games. We're currently playing Monopoly as a family right now, so maybe we'd play Monopoly, or I don't know, Operation. Well, that game could get kind of loud because of all the buzzing. So I don't know, maybe not that.
Okay, well now I'm gonna pass it on to Ed because she wants to say something.
Okay, let's hear it.
I have a question.
Okay.
What would you rather?
Or would you rather? Interesting. Okay.
Would you rather live the rest of your life with a wife and new kids, or would you rather live the rest of the life just how we are now, just you and us two, and then the dog?
Wow, that's a good, juicy question. I would rather live my life now, because I love you guys. I love you too.
Or just or there could be the three.
Okay.
Or like the two I just said, or live your life, your rest of the life with the wife, new kids, and us.
Ooh, okay, that changes things a little bit. That's tough. I know this might be kind of a cop-out answer. I don't know if you know what that means, but the answer is, it depends on who the wife is, because if she's
Sabrina
cool...
Carpenter.
It's Sabrina Carpenter. Oh, yeah, okay, then the answer is yes, I choose that life.
My dad loves Sabrina Carpenter because he used to have a really good friend that was named Sabrina, but now he says that her number is Sabrina Carpenter, but it's actually not.
Hey, you don't know that. It could be Sabrina Carpenter.
You literally showed us last night.
It could be Sabrina Carpenter's, you don't know. But let me answer this question. So I think it would depend on who the wife is. If she was good and loving and cool, and you guys liked her and I liked her, her kids liked me, and we all fit together as one big happy family, and if that worked out, then cool, I think. But I wouldn't force it. I wouldn't rush. Because I like our life now. I like the three of us plus our doggy boy Zeus. I like how we get to hang out and go bowling and go to gymnastics stuff. And what do we do? What do we do? I watch you guys do your own TikTok dances that you learn. So I like our life now. I said gymnastics. Yeah, I think the audience gets that you guys do gymnastics. So it just depends on who she is. But for right now, no, I like our life. I like how we hang out. And I think things are good.
Okay, so before I pass the mic on to Maddox, I have a second question for you.
Let's get it.
So, would you rather, would you rather...
Oh, these are always tough.
Would you rather, someone, the people, build a new house in our neighborhood that we live in now and live in that house, or go and live into a more expensive house that has more bills, but still, since you've been wanting a cul-de-sac, it has that.
Yes, the girls know. It's always been my dream for some reason to live in a cul-de-sac so they could just go out and roam around, ride your bikes, play with the other kids without worrying about cars driving and running people over.
What if people live there and what if people live there and they park their cars there? What if we're still playing?
Well, that's fine. I'm sure they'd be safe. They would know you guys. To answer the question, I'd like to live in a nice, big, legit house. I think it would be cool.
More bills.
Yeah, well, if it had more bills, then hopefully I would have more money. I wouldn't rush into a big house if we couldn't afford it. But that's why we together as a family, we're working towards some awesome goals. We're doing things to just give us a good life and to make some good changes.
And plus, you are starting your new job.
That's right. I've been teasing on the show. I'm starting some new business stuff this year. I'll talk more about that later on the show. Maybe how you guys, as single parents, can also get involved. And we'll talk more about that. So just make sure you're subscribed or use the email, thesingleparentspodcast@gmail.com, if you want more information right now as to maybe what I'm doing and how you can be a part of the adventure. Maddie, you have a question. What is it?
So I actually have 2 questions.
Okay, here we go.
So the first question is like, would you quit your podcast if you were making more money than you actually are right now?
Ooh, good question. No, I think no, because I really like doing this podcast, even because this podcast is not about money. It's not about that. It's about me helping other single parents out there know that
So
they're
like kind of like giving them ideas
Yeah.
and stuff.
so they know that they're not alone, that there's other people who are living kind of the same life as them, so they have a community to help people, to make people laugh, to make people think. So no, the show's mostly about helping people and building a community. So I think I would do that regardless of how much money I'm making.
And then the second question is like if you're making if you got more money, would you just spend it all in one day, or would you keep saving up, investing?
Ooh, yes. I would definitely save, definitely invest, definitely make sure you guys had a good future, because I want to set you guys up for success as well. So when you guys get older, I have stuff in place so that way you guys can just succeed and do whatever you want to do. Whether that's, I don't know, I think you were talking last night. You want to be a professional babysitter / YouTuber, and then you want to be a makeup artist. Is that right? Or beauty? What do you want to be again?
Gymnastics champion.
Oh, a gymnastics champion. Got it. Okay.
Actually, I have one more.
All right, keep them coming.
Would you if you had a wife, would you kind of start forgetting about us and start moving on to her instead of us, or would you just keep it chill?
Oh my gosh, I would keep it so chill. You guys know I couldn't ever forget about you. Oh no. You guys are my whole life. You guys are my pride and my joy. No matter, even if Sabrina Carpenter did say, Anthony, I want to marry you, I would not forget about you or replace you over her or anybody else. You guys are my number one. I love you guys so much. I could never, ever forget about you. So don't even worry about that.
And then also, just so you know, if you would marry Sabrina Carpenter, I watched a video about it, and Sabrina Carpenter has to keep it chill for her voice box so she can have good singing.
Oh, okay. So we'd all keep it chill. All right.
So I have a question.
Let's go.
So if for your new job, or if you start hitting the point in your podcast where you start making more money, would you try to buy a whole building for a studio and a gymnastics area, or would you try to get a new house with an extra room or an extra driveway to just build it in there?
Good question, because now, I don't know, spoiler alert, you could probably tell if you're watching the video version of this, but I'm recording this in our living room, so this is just my couch. We're just chilling, nothing fancy here, real life single dad here. But I'm curious, because I actually kind of have an answer to that question, but us three, we're a team, we're a family, we talk about these things. So Ev, let me throw it back to you. Same question to you. What do you think? What would you prefer?
I honestly would prefer us getting a new house that has more area, a really big house, so that we could build your studio, so we could start doing it, because back in 2020, 2022, you had the studio at a building.
Oh, I did, yeah.
But we would always have to go home, and then in the morning or during the day, we'd have to drive all the way over to go to your office. So I rather have a built-in one with a big house, so that you could build a gymnastics there.
Wow.
Your studio and all of that, so we don't have to be all rushing everywhere. And also our own rooms and our own bathrooms, because Dad always thinks of the bathroom.
Hey, don't be saying that on the podcast. I'll edit that out. Okay. Good answers. Yeah, I think, cool. That's cool with me. If you guys, we work together as a family and do some cool stuff, then maybe we can Get a big old house with a gymnastics
If a
studio.
chance, could we get a gymnastics gym? So like we don't always have to like annoy you and like your work when you have meetings, so we can just like go in there. Maybe we can also watch our phones in there or something, like sit on the bar or something, or like do gymnastics in there.
Yeah, sure. Let's. I'm down with that. That's not wrong with me. Do you have another question?
Yes, I do. So like before Maddox started saying her questions, like the very first question she said, you said you wanted to say something, but I wanted to know what you were going to say before the first question Maddox said.
So I was asking you, what is it like for you guys to have a single dad as a father? Tell me about your experience with me.
So I was saying the other day that I'm honestly really surprised for how like much you're able to cook. Like you're able to make like pancakes, eggs. You're able to make like tacos. You're able to make a lot of stuff. So I'm like really surprised with that, and like you're able to keep like your schedule calm, and we're not always like rushing because like when you had the chance to be an actor, you didn't take that chance, so we didn't have to be our schedule wasn't crazy and all wrapped up.
That's right. Yeah. Actually, wow. I really appreciate that. I'm glad you noticed that stuff. Cooking. I mean, I try my best when I cook. But she's talking about there was an opportunity for me. Long story short, to maybe go on like a Netflix reality show that would have taken me to London, and you would have seen this face all over your Netflix queue. But just, schedules, life stuff didn't work out. I just had to prioritize doing that. Or I had to prioritize being here with my kids. And as she was saying, not maybe changing schedules, and would have been a whole lot. So long story short, just ended up staying and hanging out with my kids. And, great decision because I love hanging out with you guys.
Okay, so before I pass the mic on to Maddox for your question, I also want to say, how like our schedule and stuff, like you're taking the chances, because like back like in 2020 also, we like had this big house. We had me and Maddox still shared a room, but our room was pretty big, and then you had your room with your computer, and we had a very big living room, a big backyard, a big front yard, and like a patio. We could have the chance to stay living in that big house, or you took the chance to move into this smaller house so that we could actually have a dog. So you could have taken the chance to live in a big house, or like build up our family more.
Yeah. Do you think that was a good decision? What do you think about that?
Sometimes I don't think it was, but yeah, most of the time I just don't like that he's always farting everywhere and he's always shedding.
You're talking about the dog, by the way, not me. Yeah, so we used to live in a bigger house, but they didn't allow pets. So I had to either make a decision, either we can adopt her.
Somehow our neighbors had two dogs.
That's a good point. I don't know how that works.
And a cat, but they didn't have a disability.
I don't know, but I was like, we can adopt our buddy Zeus, our French bulldog. A good opportunity came up to adopt him,
which is my best friend.
Aww. But I couldn't take it at the old house, so we had to make a decision, and so we moved into the smaller house. As she's saying, it is smaller, but it allows pets, and we've been with our boy Zeus for about 2-3 years now, huh? He's a good boy. 2.5 years.
2.5 years because we got him before he turned 1.
You ate a fruit roll up on the podcast, dude?
Maybe.
Oh my goodness. Hold on, fruit roll up break.
So I have a question. So like, would you rather like take us as a chance of like so kind of like buying a new car for like your girlfriend or something, or getting a better chance of buying instead like a new car, just like a new house or something?
Like, would I spend money on my girlfriend or like for us?
Yeah, for like a better house.
I would spend it on like us for the better stuff, cause like Well, I don't want to be with somebody who only wants me because I can buy her a car. What'd you say?
A gold digger.
A gold digger? How do you guys know about gold diggers? What you guys watching over there? You guys don't know about what you guys. Yeah, but we don't have gold diggers. Yeah, so I want to be with a gold digger. No, I would not be with a gold digger. We'd be somebody who could be a part of the family, be a part of the team, and help us work together to, I don't know, do cool stuff in life. But for right now, it's just us, and so I'm happy with that.
So, like, would you rather, like, maybe, like, buy a new house or get a new dog?
Buy a new house or get a new dog? I'd rather, house, yes. I like.
What the what?
You would disagree?
Dude needs a friend.
Well, he can go to the dog park and have friends. He can go to.
No, what if he gets hurt, like, or Zeus's trainer's dog?
Oh yeah, his dog trainer did get hurt at the dog park, huh? I would still rather buy a house. Well, maybe if we buy the house and it's bigger, we could have two dogs.
I buy the dog and you buy that?
How you buying the dog? What money you got?
With my money.
Oh, your allowance.
Just you won't let me spend my $160.
Oh, well, you gotta save it for something good. You gonna save it up for a dog?
Yes.
Invest it. Yeah, there you go. Oh, so you're gonna invest it in a dog? Okay.
I forgot about saying, like, how you feel about having, like, a single dad. Yeah, I forgot to say.
Okay, yeah. So how do you feel about it?
I mean, it's good enough. Just, like, I feel like sometimes, like, when we're at our mom's house, like, sometimes I feel like you feel lonely.
Aw. Well, I appreciate you thinking of that. And when you're at your mom's house, so for those of you who don't know, I do co-parenting, 50-50 custody. So the girls are with me week on, week off, and then they're at their mom's house having a good old time. Do I feel lonely? No, I don't feel very lonely because I hang out with a good amount of friends, but I'm mostly busy working because I'm doing a lot of stuff. Just keep teasing for my entrepreneurial endeavors. So I'm busy working all the time.
Would you take chances of working or like going out with your friends and stuff?
I will admit, I'll just be super honest. Most of the times I take the chance on working because sometimes I work a little too much. Maybe so I fill the time so I don't feel like I'm lonely.
So kind of like 50-50. Sometimes you want to break off, sometimes you don't.
I think I need to get better about making time for my friends and hanging out with my friends because working is good, but friendships are important. So you're right. I need to do better at that. That's for sure.
Okay, but I'm going to move it on to Alex.
Okay, thank you.
Getting picky. Okay, so I was wondering, do you have any like questions you would want? Do you have any questions for us?
Ooh, you guys ready to answer some questions? Okay,
Yeah.
Let's do it. What is your favorite memory that comes to mind of us together as a family?
Like the stuff that we used to always do. It was like when I was little, so I can't really like remember.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
So last year, I really like when you take me and Maddox to the daddy-daughter dance. I really appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. That's one of my favorite parts of the year. Every year we go to a daddy-daughter dance that our local community puts on. I think I talked about it on the podcast before. But we all dress up. We go out to dinner. Or ice cream. I think we went to ice cream this week. Yeah, sometimes we go to dinner. I think this year we went to ice cream before.
Yeah.
And we dance and we have a good time. Yeah, but we're still gonna go to that even when you're old. When you're old and you're
Still teenagers.
Yeah, when you're teenagers, when you have your own kids, we're going. That's one of my favorite times.
So also, do you have any questions for us about how you think we feel about having a single dad?
Okay. Do you wish that I was married or with somebody else sometime?
Most of the time, no, because like you're not as like focused on other people, so we get more like a hangout time.
Nice.
Also, I would rather not you having one, because like, what if like we stay home alone with her, and then like you go somewhere else? Like, what if she's not actually a good person, and like, does like. She acts nice like when you're around, and then she won't act nice to us when you're around. And like, I just don't want you to have like a girlfriend or something, because I don't know about that. And then like, you probably won't trust us because you will think like she's nice.
I feel like I totally get that. That makes sense. I feel like you saw that like on like a show before. I've seen stories of that where it's like an evil stepmom.
I feel like that you will trust us because like we're always like you're like, I feel like you're always able to like stick up to us, so I feel like you would believe us.
I hope so. No, I would believe you, and that's why like I wouldn't rush into bringing somebody around unless you guys got to know her really well. I got to know her really well. We got to really trust, because you're right. Maddie, you're right. We don't want a Cinderella evil stepmom situation where she's nice, and then one day she figure out she's. Oh, the Powerpuff. Yeah, there's an episode of the Powerpuff Girls like that. I knew I saw that from somewhere. But no, well, that's why we're a team. It's not just me making all the decisions. We're a team. So we would work together to make sure she was nice and you liked her, and all that sort of good stuff. All right, Evie. So question for you. I know I'm not perfect. There's still a lot of things I got to work on as a dad. So I'm going to brace myself for this question, because I just want you to be real and just want you to be honest. But what is something that I can do maybe better as your dad to improve a little bit?
I feel like something that you need to improve on is like when like me and Maddox are like fighting. Sometimes like you get a little frustrated, and so I feel like you just need to like start calming down a little bit more.
Okay.
Like start taking like a couple deep breaths, and also like better chances. Also do that when like Zeus gets in trouble or something.
Yeah.
I feel like you could just like take a couple deep breaths and just like tell us, girls, you need to calm down, or Zeus, or like we could get Zeus like another trainer to help him. And like sometimes like when he accidentally goes party on the floor because we leave it home too long, like don't like show his face, like where like he pooped or something.
Yeah.
Because that can like maybe like break his neck.
Okay. All right. So basically, whenever I get frustrated, instead of just being overreacting, be like, "Girls, you need to stop." Takes a couple breaths.
Like sometimes during music we go,
hey,
like sometimes we go.
Okay.
Before you start talking, you go 1 pig,
Okay.
2 pig,
Okay.
3 pig,
Okay.
4 pig,
Okay.
and then just 5 pig.
5 pigs. Let me try it right now. 1 pig. 2 pig. 3 pig. 4 pig. 5 pig.
And then just do that as you need to.
Oh, I feel relaxed. That's good advice. That's good advice. Nice. I like it. All right. I think the girls each have one more question, and I'm going to ask them one more question, and then we'll wrap it up here today, because I think we're starting to get a little hungry. The snow's starting to stop a little bit, so we can go do lunch. Evie, what is your last question, my dear?
So, like, would you like want to keep working on your like job to get more money, or like help like start like taking a break on work and helping us like get into college, get into like to hit our achievements?
Ooh, good word. I would like to not be always consumed by work. That's why you guys are young, and I know you guys might not fully be able to understand a lot of what I'm doing.
Kind of old, kind of young.
Yeah, I know you guys may not be able to fully understand everything I do right now, but I'm trying to work really hard now while you guys are 8 and 9. Not too young, but you're still growing, almost teenagers.
By the way, we're 15 months apart.
15, yeah, the girls are 15 months apart.
Not a year, 15 months.
That's right. Working on things now, so that way when you guys are older in college, I will be set up to not always have to work every single day, do a whole bunch of crazy stuff just to survive, but to be in a great spot to where if we do need to take some time to help you guys figure out your next steps in life, we just want to spend some time as a family. I just have the ability to slow down and to do that without always worrying about how we're going to pay bills. So that's why right now I'm doing a lot of things, working really hard, putting in a lot of effort to set us up for success so that one day I can be available to do all those things. So hopefully you guys, when you guys look back when you're older in your 20s and 30s and you think back to, you know what, Dad, he did a lot for us and we're very thankful. All right, I know I'm yap. Sorry, that question made me yap. All right, Maddie, what's your last question?
Like, if you made like a lot of money, would you stop working and like get the chances of like, would you stop working or would you keep working? Cause to invest like so like and then after like if you would stop working, like you wouldn't get the chance to go back to that job.
I would.
Like, would you like do a different job?
I would keep working the jobs that I truly loved. I don't think I'd ever really stop doing that for a while, at least. And I would stop doing the jobs that I just
So, like,
do.
how long would you do it for?
How long? I probably
Until you would stop.
until I would stop. Hopefully until like I'm retire. I don't know.
Retire.
I don't know. Maybe when you guys have kids and I need to spend time around my grandkids. Definitely, yeah. Because I guess my ultimate dream is to get one of those camper vans that you can put like a bed in the back and just cruise and travel. I love my camper vans.
We never camp.
Well, we will once I get my van, and I can come visit you guys and visit the grandkids, and that's the dream. So whenever I can afford to do that, get that van, visit you, that's when I'll retire. All right, ladies. Well, as we get ready to wrap it up, we had some good conversations today. But as we conclude, I just have one more question for you two. So we have some parents listening to the podcast or watching the podcast today, and they might just forget to think about some stuff when it comes to raising their kids, because they're the parents. They're not the kids, they're the parents. So as you two are kids, what advice would you give the parents that they need to remember as they raise their kids?
So like what I would say, like how I was saying to my dad, like take some deep breaths.
Okay.
If you like get mad and just like sit them down and talk to them what they're doing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like say if they are like not listening, you could try to sit them down and say like, hey, you need to calm down because you're being too crazy and you need to like calm down, take a break, or you could go sit in your room for a second and just calm down a little.
Good. All right, Maddie, what advice do you want to give the parents as they raise their kids?
Like, don't spend our money all on them, like, and like, don't give them what they actually want, like every 24/7.
Oh, don't give in to them too much. Sometimes it's okay to say no.
Cause like, it's okay if they say no. It's okay if they complain about it. Cause like, even though they complain about it, they're not the parents. They're not the one who makes the money. So like, they should pay for it with their allowance.
There you go. Perfect.
If they want something, they could start investing in it. They
Boom.
shouldn't have to like, cause like I've been wanting. I'm like a baby doll collector.
She is.
And so she has babies all in our closet, and she's taking up a whole corner. And so I have a walk-in closet. And so I've been investing my allowance that I get from my mom and from my dad, and I've just been saving it up. And so, because I've really been wanting another realistic baby, but it's like silicone, so it actually looks like an actual baby because my friend has one. So I've been investing my money and not just asking my parents for money. I've been investing my money that I get.
Beautiful. Good advice. Well, thank you, ladies, for sharing that advice, asking some good questions, answering some good questions. I love you all. I just love you so much. Thank you so much, ladies. I appreciate you. I love you.
Love you.
Love you, baby. Love you.
I love my chocolate.
Oh, everybody! Well, see, those are my kids. This is why I love doing what I'm doing, because you just got to hear from them for 30 minutes or so. They're so smart. They're so amazing. Man, they're so great. This is why I work so hard. This is why I do what I do, is because it's for them. So I'm just so proud of them. So proud of them, and all of you. This is also why I do this. As I said earlier in the show, is to remind you all out there, as you're raising your own kids, hearing from your own kids. Learning, as I often do, from my own kids, what's going on, that you're not alone in that process, in that journey. We're all in this together as parents. We're all figuring it out. Obviously, you heard from my kids. I'm definitely still figuring a lot out, and that's cool. That's awesome. I appreciate the fact that you decided to join the show, join me and my family on the show today, and got a little peek into my household. If you want to share with me a little bit about what your house is like, if you have any thoughts or questions or anything you'd like to add to what life looks like for you as a single parent, use the socials, DM. Again, one more time, the email is just the singleparentspodcast@gmail.com. That's the singleparentspodcast@gmail.com. All right, everybody. Well, that's going to get ready to do it for this episode of the SPP. I'm going to take my girls to lunch for doing such an amazing job here on the show today. So we're going to wrap it up. Thank you all so much again for tuning in one more time. My name is Anthony. And until next time, you all out there, just stay beautiful. Wild. Don't stay beautiful.
Stay wild.
Bye. Beautiful. Bye.
Stay wild.